Welcome back, everybody. This is Golden Era Bookworm. Once again, bringing you a review, in this case, of Your Physique magazine, 1946, April. To be honest, I don't know if it's April, February or March, because it seems like there was a mistake in the printing, in the editorial. Here on the title it says April, but here it says February, March. Well, I'm kind of getting used to these little mistakes by Joe Weider. On the title we can see it says, "You may be the next Mr. America." And we can see a fine artwork here of Ed Theriault, Canadian bodybuilder from the 40s. I really like these new sets of Your Physiques. Shouldn't say new, but it's quite clear that in the editorial, we go past these typical ads, and the editorial, that's the contents page. It actually tells us here that they give us a better, finer magazine, and we can see that the artwork has changed. There's no photos now, everything's in color, and we can actually find out who made the covers. Yeah, there it is, cover pose by Ed Theriault of Montreal, Canada. Photo taken by Tony Lanza in the studios of the Weider publications, but the cover itself was created by Fred C. Lee. And we actually now, in the next videos I'll be making, you'll be seeing these very interesting artworks of these old magazines, where they basically used a photo and recreated some artwork using these photos. So, the contents, we have health hints, add inches of muscles to your forearms and wrists. Lurie versus Grimmick continues. What can be done for the thin man? The amazing Ed Theriault, squats, squats and more squats. The lifting radar. Magnificent manhood, make this a happier new year. Improving your lifting power, the great Sandow. Do they call you a human dynamo? Here's the season's fashions in muscles. The next Mr. America, your bodybuilding problem solved, etc, etc. This isn't actually complete, I'm missing a couple of pages. Anyway, the editorial. I actually see a really fine photo here of Joe Weider. Much more muscular. I mean, his deltoids are nice and flared, his pecs are full, he's doing a vacuum. In the editorial here we see, we read that it is the leading bodybuilding magazine in the world. Yeah. Despite the war-torn years, has definitely become the leader in its field of bodybuilding magazines. Quite a statement. It doesn't take long for readers to appreciate the genuine worth of such an outstanding publication as ours. It is because we give superior instruction that this magazine has grown by leaps and bounds, and at a far greater rate than we ever dared hope under wartime restrictions. Giving you a better, finer magazine always has been, always will be our chief objective. So with this issue, we proudly announce our circulation is now over a full 100,000, and we are celebrating the occasion with a magazine in a new dress. And we can clearly see it with the cover change, with the artwork now. We now not only give you the best articles by the best available writers, but we present their contributions in a more attractive, more dramatic and appealing way, with sparkling layouts, interesting, arousing illustrations. In this way, we hope the articles and features will almost come to life. No more of the dull, flat pages now that wartime restrictions are being lifted. Your Physique from now on will radiate the spirit of youthful buoyancy and zest which we advocate our readers acquiring. We trust that in this way we can inject our enthusiasm, our spirit of joy and aliveness into you. Dressing up the pages of Your Physique in this bright, new, exciting way naturally involves considerable extra expense, but we are confident that this daring departure will hold regular readers and win many new ones. It marks an extraordinary advance from 6 years ago when this magazine had only 12 pages and a circulation of less than 2,000. Get Your Physique regularly and get the best in bodybuilding magazines. And urge your friends to get it too. It offers so much they need and can always profit by, because it's the magazine of constructive living. Joe Weider. Nice editorial there to start off this new series of magazines. In Health Hints, again by Dr. Tilney. First paragraph. This is the season. And it's winter, I'm assuming, because it's February, March or April, when millions are affected with coughs, colds, catarrh, asthma, bronchitis, pneumonia, pleurisy. I mean, we're talking the 1940s here, so this is war times. And more folks die at this time of the year because of these conditions than at any other time. If you can help yourself and the members of your family and your friends, and by utilizing the simple instruction here, by avoiding or quickly and safely clearing up any of these annoying and disturbing ailments, it should certainly be a great relief and consolation to you. Basically, the advice here is given to remove mucus-forming foods, such as sugars, excess carbohydrates, greasy foods, syrups, jam, jellies, candy, chocolate, ice cream, la-di-da-di-da, white flour products, rice and egg whites? I don't think so. But anyway, I think a lot of that is true, although it's quite sad that this article actually says that you shouldn't blame, that one shouldn't take cough syrup or medicines, which is tomfoolery. Now, I don't necessarily agree with not following doctor's advice in this case. I think it's very dangerous. I do agree with the suggestion, though, of sipping lemon tea, eating things like onion and garlic. I mean, these are very are now known nowadays, for example, that they're very good for you. Yeah, so Dr. Tilney always gives kind of half good information and half not so good information, from what I have read. Add inches of muscles to your forearms and wrists. I like this article. It was relevant back then and it is still relevant now. It's by Joe Weider. You who desire more girth and added strength to your forearms would do well to heed the advice given in this interesting article. In this article, we can see that I think that's Ed Theriault doing all the exercises that build the forearm supination, and pronation. Namely, we see the seated supinated wrist curl, all done with a barbell. The reverse curl is done standing, done bent over with a dumbbell. That looks like a barbell curl personally, or a standing perhaps, might be a standing supinated curl. Can also be done behind the back. A standing pronated curl done here. And a very interesting and long forgotten exercise, the standing Zopman curl, where one arm is curled up and as it comes down, it pronates. While it pronates, the other one supinates, so it's alternating. He also suggests to change the way each exercise is performed each month and increasing the weight using basic progressive resistance. These are all sound ideas and advices. Just a mention, I was asked a question by a viewer, a subscriber, to actually inform you or detail the actual reps and sets and actual workouts that these guys used to do. The problem is that these magazines back then actually just give you the exercises and some ideas. They don't necessarily tell you and plan out in a table like nowadays the sets and reps. You were suggested a range of reps and maybe 3 sets, and it's as simple as that, and repeat 3 times a week. And so this is why I haven't detailed many programs, because they simply, it wasn't actual custom to print them out. You were supposed to take the advice and suit it to your own program, which I think is more sound, because we're not all the same. We don't all have the same time or the energy or the age or whatever, and so not using a fixed program is not necessarily the best idea, although when I do find them I will let you know. Anyway, that's the first part of this very interesting magazine of Your Physique, April 1946, and of course part B will be coming soon. Thank you.